Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. It is I, DrBossKey, and this evening we're looking at the Hellmaster Legion Shock Troops. So we just got a version, thank you, Dimitri, of basically their first attack animation, or their only attack animation. We're going old school, so it's frame-based animation, and you can see them wiggling around here, and final render style and some other tweaks. So let's jump into it, and I'll show you guys what we got going on. So first and foremost, Dimitri, I left you some feedback here, so maybe actually let me catch people up here. So we tech arted this version. I believe it's Tales of Symphonia. This guy was kind of like the inspiration for this, and then Imagination took over, and we had strings of guys in the game that looked something like this. Oh, is that going to load? Sometimes the embedded YouTube player does not load. All right, whatever, we can go out to it. We did a version of concepting. So we did a little bit of origin story with where the guy is coming from, how they get here, how they're made. We did another version of honing in. These guys are minor enemies, so we don't go through as much of or as long as a process as we do with like boss monsters. Like our big boss characters, our big heroes and villains in the world of DrBossKey generally take about 3 months of back and forth. So, but yeah, we get there. So we circled in on essentially the remaining bits here, which was super cool. We did a colorization pass here, so kind of playing with the different versions and colors. We definitely wanted these guys. These are Hellmaster Legion, so I wanted to go with more of that red. I did a round of feedback here where I did some tests with the different color palettes against the two levels we have. This is level 2 and this is level 1 here, and just kind of showing where they're at. So, and then we made some choices and some more tweaks, and then we did a pass on rendering, which has been pretty cool. And now we have animation. And now we have a series of questions. So let me just flip this over, and we'll go over here first. Go here and here. I'm looking for the edits here. Is this? That's for our level 2 boss. Okay, so Dimitri, so in terms of sizing, I went with 128 by 128. So the whole sheet itself is 256 by 256. I feel that on a 1-to-1 size, it feels pretty good in Engine. So I'll show you the video of that in here in just a minute. A couple other things that I wound up doing that we should just incorporate. So one is for the flame effect. I basically added more transparency and a little bit more glow around the effect itself. And then also for, let's see. So that was the flame effect on the vibrant side. Okay. And I think I just did it to the main sheet here. So you can also see here, let me add another layer. Plop, no. Control shift, new layer. Give me some color, yeah. Pow. Well, I always mess that up. Oh well, we'll do it this way. Oh, am I? Dang it! I gotta put a little pause on this. I'll be back in just a minute. I gotta get some good stuff from the door. And can I pause? Oh my God! It's the old bag of goodies. All right, and I think we're back. We'll see if that worked or not. Worst case scenario, we'll just redo the video. It says stop recording. Yeah, I think we're live. Okay, here we go. So yeah, let's see here. We were adding another layer. So I got some good treats from the delivery dude. It's nice being in California where you can get cannabis and edibles and all kinds of good stuff. Basically, because it's legal here. Just delivered to your door, which is super, super great. All right, so, and we are going to have a wonderful time this evening. So let's see, you're not going to be able to see it on black. Well, actually, maybe you can. Let's see. Can you see it on black? Let's see. Probably better on gray. There we go. So, Dimitri, basically what I did is I went to the flames. And I don't know if that is actually looking the way it should be. 1 second here. So 256, yep, so we're good there. Let me change this color. My old standby. maybe white. All right, so it's hard seeing things that are transparent. One second, yo. One more layer. Let's add ourselves a nice little bloop and get this bad boy in there. All right, cool. Yeah. So, basically, and I already gave you the PSD file for it, Dimitri. So all I did was I added transparency. I don't know. This isn't looking right. Maybe I backed off one. Oh no, it's there. Okay. It is just when you get close. Okay, so yeah, so I basically took down the transparency of the flame legs, if you will, basically by I think I went down by 60%. Yeah, so 60%. Because basically I'll show you with the flames that the particle effects we're using. I wanted to have the noise of the flames because it's like the weird flamey floating leg things. As well. So same thing. I brought down the opacity of the flame strike as well itself. Okay, cool. So there was those two things, and then let's take a look. So in general, in terms of animation, so I'll show you this in engine here. I slowed it down just a little bit, but this is totally fine. So just a note, nothing we need to do to fix this at this point, but our flames look sort of like a hula skirt as opposed to like flames. So what I was hoping for, and this is fine because the character doesn't really move. He's not big enough to where you notice the difference, and we've got particles all over the place, so it works out anyways. But just something for us to keep in mind in the future, that if we're doing some flamey bits, that we should try to go frame animations. So just drawing each of the flames slightly different. And so yes, the frames are different here, but like for instance, this here makes it look more like a skirt than anything else, but that's okay. You know, pants for fire, fire pants, it's all good. So, okay, yeah, nothing there for you. So there's that. Flame strike we talked about. Size, we did the thing. Oh, also, I did a quick version of a death animation. So, here you don't have to do anything. I basically kind of went with like an overlay texture. I wanted to get kind of like a weird burned out like lava crusty bits, and so I kind of played around with that a little bit there to get to that. So without further ado, why don't we jump into the engine, take a look at what this bad boy looks like, or the bad boys. All right, so here's a good example of the guy here. You can see the transparency a lot better with the particles themselves, and with the fiery bits, made some changes there and tweaked all that. Let's jump in and I'll show you the bits. Oh boy. All right, let's get going. And the first at the very beginning, we went with Hell Legion dudes because they don't shoot anything. As a way to sort of help teach us the first moments, this is level 1 of the game, of just aligning and dodging, right? So that's all you have to really do is worry about dodging these guys, which is good. Or you know, if you're feeling beastly, you can crack them all. So you can take a look at the death animations, right? So they kind of went with like a burn flame out bit, and then they kind of disappear from there. So yeah, Dimitri, I think we're done. Just for the sake of the final bits, why don't we add the transparencies to the proper file, of course. I'll upload mine for you as well. I did the full renders here. I don't think we have any other real turnarounds. Yeah, I think, you know, let me just actually take a quick look here. Is there anything else I want to look at? Bloop, 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 bloop. All right. So I'm just kind of getting a sense. Yeah, in the engine, I asked the developer the question. All the particles seem to render behind an enemy, and if I move them in the Z space towards closer to the camera, and I have them on local space, then they are picking up the motion of the guys on their splines, and so it makes them not locked to the enemy sprites. So other than that, though, let's take a look, and you can see the chops. See if I can get a chop here. Chop. Aw. Chop. All right, cool. You can see the chop here. Again, it's just a frame, but I felt that having a little bit more flame-like and a little tiny bit more glow definitely helped. All right, to everyone that hung out, got to the end of the video, thank you very much. You know, feel free to likes and subscribes and thumbs up things, whatever, it's all good. For the folks that have been asking questions and cheering us on and just, you know, coming along for the journey, thank you very much appreciate you. And without, I guess, saying much more, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.